Good day, everyone. And let me first thank the organizers of the 9th National Business and Management Conference, Publish and Flourish, with the theme Strengthening Business Education Through Research Capacity Building. Thank you for organizing such conferences, which truly, through research, can strengthen business education. Let me start by introducing my co-author, which is Sir Joefrey Geroche, which is a faculty of business administration at Cashless University, Thailand. And I am your presenter, John Bertrand Gatchalian, Accountant 4 of the Local Government Unit of San Jose City, Nueva Ecija, Philippines. I will be presenting our research entitled E-Satisfaction and Use of Cashless Transaction Amidst of COVID-19 Pandemic, the case of Thailand and the Philippines. I really believe that our topic is interesting and we've pushed this because of its timeliness, which is amidst of COVID-19 pandemic. The content of this paper are introduction, then we will present our framework, then our methodology, next is our results, then our discussion, and lastly, we will present our recommendations. As an introduction, the COVID-19 pandemic has also catalyzed the shift in awareness. It had provided the necessary push for more consumers, individuals, businesses, and the government to use digital payments when the country implemented health and social distancing protocols. Here in the Philippines, it was really eminent when the country implemented it on the expressways. Like, for example, you need to have Easy Trip card and the auto sweep card in order to pass through our expressways. Examples of which are the Subic-Tarlac Expressway, the Tarlac-Pangasinan-La Union Expressway, South Luzon Expressway, North Luzon Expressway, and many more. Also, this study determined the perception on the use and e-satisfaction of cashless transaction of Filipino users in Thailand and the Philippines. The variables of cashless transactions, fast, easy, security, trust, benefits, and challenges were assessed and determined if they influenced the e-satisfaction on using cashless transaction platforms during the COVID-19 pandemic. The data were collected from a sample of 264 cashless transaction users using an adopted survey form. Next, I will be presenting to you our framework. In this framework, you can see the demographic profile of the respondents, which are age, gender, income, occupation, marital status, and location. It is worthy to note that the location of our respondents were from Thailand and the Philippines, but all these respondents are Filipino people. 132 Filipinos from Thailand and 132 Filipinos residing in the Philippines. Our independent variable, the cashless transaction factors, fast, easy, security, trust, benefits, and challenges. As to our dependent variable, this is e-satisfaction of adoption of cashless transactions. Our methodology. The study utilized a descriptive, correlational, and comparative research design to describe the profile of the respondents, determine significant factors that influence the use of cashless transactions, and compare significant differences in the use of cashless transactions according to their profile. The respondents of this study are the individual users of cashless transactions in both countries, Thailand and the Philippines. As a point of emphasis, we use Google link to share, Google link that is to be shared, that we shared to our respondents from the Philippines and from Thailand. As to the results, due to the social distancing and limited mobility of people during these pandemic times, it can be concluded that there is moderate adoption of cashless transactions in the Philippines and Thailand, especially at this time of the pandemic. Significant factors critical to the e-satisfaction of respondents were fast, benefits, and trust. Factors which has lower significance are easy, security, and challenges. As to the security, there is not yet an absolute assurance that you have a secure platform or facility for cashless transaction when you are using these digital payment platforms. Discussion. The study revealed that both countries' perceptions were strongly agreed with the e-satisfaction on the use of cashless transaction factors. As evidence, all demographic factors like age, gender, location, occupation, and marital status were agreed on the cashless transaction factors. However, in the terms of mean average, the trust and benefits had a lower score. It is an indication that cashless transaction service providers in both countries should improve on those factors. Likewise, benefits can motivate cashless transaction service providers to continue the business, leading to consumer retention and loyalty. This results in twofold benefits for the users and providers of cashless transactions. As to our recommendations, the researcher recommended the following based on the study outcomes for business owners, managers, and executives of cashless society industries. Proficient and sustainable market segmentation. Sustainable planning to examine the low satisfaction level. As to our recommendation, we really noted that sustainability for these digital platforms and for this cashless transaction is the priority. Sustainability is the priority. Proper planning can further progress effective strategies and retain their existing and cashless transaction users. In addition, sustainable planning in achieving long-term goals continues the cashless society industries program, activities, and partnerships. For the Philippine and Thailand government regulators and policymakers, the government's regulators and policymakers should educate and provide possible information about the drive on adopting cashless transactions wherein users will be encouraged to use it amid COVID-19 pandemic. Those drivers include the factors covered in this research study, particularly significant factors: trust, benefits, and convey rules and regulation for cashless transaction to decrease or diminish chances of fraudulent activities or using these platforms for illegal means in the future. For future researchers, the study results can serve as the basis for other researchers to better understand cashless society industries dynamics that cater to cashless transaction satisfaction levels. In addition, they can address these studies' limitations on future research endeavors. Thank you so much, and I hope me and my co-author has shared a lot on this research. Thank you.